Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Star Live by a man serving with honor in the Navy 4 years at Naval Station Mayport, the Jacksonville, Florida native. Next battle, season 21 of NBC's The Voice. We welcome Paris Winningham.
How you doing, Doc? It's good to be here, man.
My friend, absolutely great, Paris. Let's go Beyond the Mic. Before we start, I have to thank you for serving our country.
Man, thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me to hear people say that. So that touches my heart. Thank you so much.
How did your time in the engine room help prepare you for The Voice?
Not at all. I'll be honest with you. It was tough, man. It was a lot of hours of grinding. And I'm going to be honest with you, being down there, I slowly but surely felt, like I was kind of like sinking into this hole, proverbial hole. I'm so grateful for everything that I've learned in the Navy, but my whole passion in life has been music. And to have a line of work and it's not really what your real passion is, it kind of, you kind of feel a little bit, something's missing. That's how I felt for the longest. I will say one thing, I guess if it did teach me anything, it was just that drive, that work ethic, and that tenacity to just keep crushing it, keep moving forward, keep pushing, regardless to what I'm going through. Those hard hours taught me a whole lot about work ethic. I tell you that much. It was all worth it. Trust me, it was all worth it.
You're made up of stage presence, a heart for the music, and a soul full of love.
Yeah.
Why was this opportunity important for you to take advantage of and grab on to with both hands?
Brother, I got to be honest with you, Sean. I tried out 2 other times. And obviously I was younger when I tried out. I was in my 20s when I tried out, and was told no both times. And it was something about this time. I tell the story, to those that ask. I had no intentions of trying out this 3rd time. I was not going to. And it wasn't until I talked to my father the day my virtual audition was scheduled to happen. And my dad was like, "Your mother told me that you're supposed to be auditioning for The Voice." And I said, I might. I really hadn't, put too much thought into it. He said, no. He said, we're gonna pray that off of you. So he said, repeat after me. And I said a prayer with him, and he sent me on about my way. I said one more prayer, and I sat down, and I did the audition, and I'm here now. But it means so much to me because of the simple fact that this is like the beginning of my life all over again. It's just like a chance for me to, really honestly take life, by the reins and do what I've been wanting to do my whole entire life. And that's make music my full time. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to be striving to do from this day forward.
Since this rebirth, your adopted family chose you. So you're the chosen one. How has your adopted family helped you grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally to this day?
My adopted family, and first of all, I just, I see them as my family. They're all I know. My family in general, I wish I could really honestly put it into words, Sean. I mean, they've been so much to me. They've done so much and bent over backwards. My mother and father, especially, have sacrificed so much. I haven't been the easiest child to deal with. I'll be honest with you. I've been a knucklehead. I've had my moments, but through it all, they love me and they keep pushing me, regardless of how many times I slip and fall. And I think that's the real true definition of unconditional love. That regardless to how somebody treats you, or regardless to what they put you through, you love them enough to keep supporting them and keep pushing them. And that's really honestly what I could say about my mother and father and all of my family. It's funny because it kind of does feel like that. I'm the chosen one now. I got so many one of my family members that are like, "Yeah, you got it. You better make the Winningham name proud." And I'm like, I'm trying, y'all. Don't put too much pressure on me, but yeah.
You belted out Stevie Wonder's Superstition in the blinds. Why was that your go-to song?
Superstition has kind of been my, I guess, my go-to since I've been, here in Jacksonville. different gigs and different events that I've sang in. That's been this is like my signature song. That's been a song. We gotta hear Paris sing. We gotta hear Paris sing Superstition. So it's always on the list every time I get ready to sing, and I just have so much fun with it. And it's written so well. I mean, come on, it's Stevie. This man is an icon. He's a legend. I just said to myself, I was like, I got to do it justice. And I'm, what song could I hit him in the mouth with? Okay, let's hit him in the mouth with Stevie. Let's do it. So yes, that was my go-to song for Blinds. But I got something in the tank. I got something in the tank.
Are you ready with another gear?
I do. I look at everything, especially going into, being on this platform and going into the singing competition. It's easy to go into this and forget the competition aspect of the platform. So the way I look at it, everything has to be strategy. And so you have to strategically pick which songs you're going to go with. And then when you go with them, you have to strategically pick out your moments and how you're going to apply yourself to the song and apply feeling to the song. And so I've always tried to, tell the story every time I get up there to sing. Every time.
Amen to that. Quote, Ariana, I love you, but John, let's make history, unquote. What's the history you want to make?
I honestly, I want to make a mark on The Voice and on this season, period. I want people to look back and, and see, yeah, there's something different about this cat, and I'm not taking nothing away from all of the greats that have come on this competition. Even last season with Cam and I mean, come on.
Got to step it up.
I got to. And one of my favorites from last season, definitely Cam. I mean, that guy is something. Victor Solomon is something outrageous. And
Zania Alake?
Oh my God. And here's the crazy thing. I look at it and I'm like, okay, I see where they were. And now I'm up here and it's like, I got to make my mark. And so I try my best every time I sing a song. It's been my goal when it was Stevie. I want them to feel Stevie, but I want them to hear me. When it was Luther, I want them to feel Luther, but I want them to hear me, and so each time I try to make that mark.
You get to the battles. Jonathan and you pull out one of the closest battles this year.
Yeah. What's
going through your head as you get the win and head on to the knockouts? Mm-hmm.
Somebody steal Jonathan. That was the main thing in my head. Somebody steal Jonathan. Jonathan and I had a conversation before we even got on stage. I told him, I said, brother, our mission is to do such a great job with this song that they forget it's a battle. And they have such a hard time picking who wins that both of us have to go through. I said, I don't care who wins. I said, I don't care who wins, but I know both of us are going to go through. That's for sure. I told him it was going to happen. And I'm not no wizard. I don't say, and I'm not no prophet. I don't speak, say that I know what the future is going to be, but I do believe in speaking and believing. And once you put your speech to your belief that, things manifest. And I truly believe that. And I told him, I said, yo, brother, it's going to happen. We're going to do this song so well that they're going to have no choice but to keep us both on the show. And sure enough, it came to pass.
Paris Winningham joined us beyond the mic, and it's time for the Rocky Nate. 8 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There is no pressure, Paris.
Ooh-wee. Okay.
Let's start out with favorite ship to serve on.
Oh, the only ship I've served on, the great USS Denver. Yes, LPD-9.
Best MRE to eat.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I would have to say it for me. It was the barbecue chicken head, like barbecue chicken and mac and cheese was freaking amazing.
Who's the best boss you've ever had, and what made them the best?
Oh man, the best boss I've ever had. The best boss I have ever had has to be my DM when I worked for T-Mobile, Stephanie. She was my favorite person in the world, still is, and we still stay in contact to this day.
What do you do with pennies?
I keep them in my car. I got pennies all over the place, so I always have spare change.
When you were on the Denver, where was your favorite place on the boat to think?
Just to think, there was a spot on the side port where they would open up the doors sometimes. I would just sit there and just relax and, watch the waves crashing. And it was just beautiful just to sit there. And sometimes on the flight deck, just to sit there on the flight deck, just recollect and think, watch the sunset, watch the sunrise. And by the way, if you have not been out on the ocean and, been in the middle of the sea and seen the sunrise and sunset, you will not see a more beautiful sunrise or sunset ever. But yeah.
Do you make wishes when you blow out candles on a birthday cake?
I say prayers, I pray to God for certain things and more so not just like wishes, but prayers, for God to, just make certain moves in my life. And as I go into the next year or next phase of my life, just certain things to work out.
Have any of them come true?
I'm here. I'm here. So,
what's the one thing your family doesn't know about you?
Oh, that's a good one. The one thing that my family doesn't know about me. I don't know. I'm such an open book. I don't think there's anything that they don't know about me. I don't really hide much from my family. And I'm one of those people, like, ask me a question, I got no problem telling you. So,
how about the one thing you wish you could avoid?
One thing I wish I could avoid is losing people. And I'm trying not to do this without getting emotional. Losing my grandmother, my last living grandparent, was like the hardest thing for me. And what's even worse on top of that is I actually preached her homegoing. It was the toughest sermon I think I've ever preached in my entire life. Yeah, I mean, if I could avoid losing people, that'd be freaking awesome, because I'd have everybody I love right by me. I've lost some intricate people in my life. I still have a whole lot more that is still sticking by my side, even to this day. And I love each and every one of them for that. So
you said, quote, character is how you treat those who can do nothing for you, unquote. How have you been treated and how have you been tested?
Just like everybody else, I've had, some people that have done me wrong. And just like, everybody else, I've had some people that have treated me like gold. But I think for me, the one thing I try to understand is the fact that though it may hit you hard when those people treat you wrong, you still learn from it. Don't complain about it. Learn from it. Once you learn from it, then grow from it. Treat every single part of your life, the good times, the bad times, treat every single part of your life as a learning experience. Apply it to your life. And once you do that and you choose happiness over depression, you choose happiness over stress and pain, things will start working out.
What tips have John given you that'll help you for your future?
One of the major things is, I remember him saying, apply the feeling to the song. Make people feel what you're saying. Sing it like you wrote it. Ever since he said that to both Jonathan and I at rehearsal. We were standing there. He came up to us. He said, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have any notes for you guys, but let's not look at the technical side of things. Let's look at this side. Let's look at the feeling. Let's work on that. Make people feel and believe what you're singing. And I just, that's why I believe that this battle was one of the best. It's going to go down as one of the best battles that has ever been on The Voice, and that's just in my opinion. It was so fun to do. Oh, it was just amazing to share the stage with somebody like Jonathan. That man is an absolute beast, and one of my closest friends. And he's a buddy of mine. So yeah, most definitely.
If you're enjoying this conversation, please check out another Beyond the Mic episode to find more actors, artists, authors, and people you need to know. We'd also appreciate a like and a subscribe. How has Lalah Hathaway inspired you, and what other musicians have inspired your musical joy?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Lalah Hathaway. That woman is something. I mean, let's not just her. I mean, her father on top of that. I mean, we're talking about some heavyweights, heavyweights in music. But Lalah, it's something about when she opens her mouth and her selection in the notes that she sings, and it's like she's perfectly taking her time and dissecting the song. And oh my God, you could tell I don't have, I can hardly put it in words. I am actually in awe every time I hear her sing. She is something amazing. Other musicians that I really, my dad brought me up on, in my opinion, one of the greatest, if not the greatest alto saxophone players ever, David Sanborn. I am a huge fan of David Sanborn. I pray to God that one of these days I get to share the stage with him, because he is an absolute joy to listen to. I absolutely love listening to David, and just hearing one of my favorites by him, Smile by Charlie Chaplin. He did a rendition of that, and oh my gosh, that blessed my soul. I mean, that man is something else. So yeah, I've always been a big fan of him.
Some people are trying to push to be noticed by producers, record companies. Some people are pushing themselves, trying to prove to themselves they have what it takes.
It's so funny you asked this question, Sean, because I had a conversation with my father right after my blind audition. Went upstairs to my hotel room, and I was sitting down, and I was just, thinking back on everything that just went down. And it was a blur, to be honest with you. But I said, Dad, I think now I can honestly say to myself, Paris, you're a professional singer. And it might sound weird to other people, like, oh my gosh, people would tell me, you're already singing all over Jacksonville, and you're singing all up and down the East Coast, and you're already, been on, some pretty big stages and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. And to hear people say, oh, you're so amazing, I take it all in stride. But at the end of the day, I had to prove it to myself. And every musician should understand this, what I'm about to say. When you get to a point where you've reached a goal that you've set for yourself, you can firmly say, okay, yeah, I've made it. Now, I'm not saying I've reached my potential. I've reached my pinnacle. I'm not saying that. And I believe I can go further than this, but this solidifies it to me. This proves it to me, Paris. You have what it takes to share the stage with some big names. You have what it takes to stand toe to toe with some of these greats. I'm not saying I'm any better than any of them or anything like that, or, on par with them or anything like that. But what I am saying is that I had to prove to myself that I have what it takes to really make this, apply to my life and make music.
Quote, people either prove to you how important you are to them, or you live long enough to watch yourself become irrelevant to them, unquote. How has the friends you've gained from this show, from this experience, proven important to you?
I've gained some very close friends from the show. As y'all can already imagine, Jonathan being one of them. I've lost some friends through the show. It's okay. It's a part of life. People are going to come and people are going to go. But those that have still stuck by me, those that have continued to keep pushing me, those that have continued to lift me up and pick me up when I slip up and I fall, not sit there and mock me and laugh at me, but, reach their hand out and say, hey, let's go. I appreciate and love every single last one of them for that. So I would say that I've gained some real, true, lifelong friends from this experience. And it's something I really honestly wouldn't trade for the world. I thank God for it.
It's time for One Big Question with Paris Winningham from season 21 of NBC's The Voice, Beyond the Mic. You're a preacher. I want to know, what's the sermon that you want to give from the lessons you've gained on The Voice? What's the topic of that sermon?
The topic of that sermon is the topic of the very same sermon that I preached at my mother's homegoing. The title was given to me by my father. He called me up one day. He said, Paris, I got a sermon title for you. I said, okay, shoot. He said, say no to the easy. I said, okay, all right. He repeated it, say no to the easy. I said, all right, yes, sir. He said, I'm going to call you in 3 weeks. Have the sermon ready. I want to hear what you got. I said, yes, sir. I truly can say that the sermon I'm trying to preach to everybody with my life story is just say no to the easy. There's so many things that we can do in life. And there's so many goals and aspirations that we can have for ourselves. But there's one thing in particular that we have to do, and that's keep persevering, keep striving, keep pushing, and not trying to take the easy way out. I could have easily just given up and not tried out the third time. And I was close to doing it. I could have easily just said, you know what, it's just not for me. And I had said it. Not to prolong things, but the second time I tried out, I had not too long ago gotten into a car accident 2 days before my birthday, totaled my car, and was sitting on my couch in pain, wondering to myself, how in the world did I get out of that? That could have very well been the last day of my life. And I had to thank God. I said, you know what? I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me another day. And I made a promise. I said, I will never, ever, ever, ever give up on myself as long as God never gives up on me. And he hasn't, and he never will. And that's why I'm here now.
He wants to play with David Sanborn, loves serving on the USS Denver, and like us all, hates losing people. We thank Paris Winningham from season 21 of NBC's The Voice for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you, Sean.
And that, my friends, is Beyond the Mic.